5 seconds
Radiant
remaining.
team ban. Radiant team pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5.
Final day of groups and a very significant match as far as results.
Didn't even talk about HFN Luna. If you give Luna even 2-3 minutes of farm, HFN, known in NA pubs, he is one of the quickest farmers. I mean, Rage, Rice, R, whatever you want to call it, but he is extremely good at that hero. But Crystallized Morphling, it didn't have the best showing the first time they picked it, but still, I like how they're slowing down the pace versus Pain, because when we see these two teams, it's always Na'Vi versus Pain. The games they're winning are fast-paced, but maybe if you do slow it down versus Pain, you just take it to like 30-45 minutes, you might be in a good spot.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. And going back to the Crystallized play and the Morphling, it does feel like that is the lesser successful kind of hero for Na'Vi as of late, you know, because they are an up-tempo team. Speaking of up-tempo, you have TA on the other side, and we saw a couple of TAs. Yesterday it was actually Dendi for Na'Vi, and then no one for Virtus Pro. That just completely snowballed out of control. That's what this hero can do. So of course paiNGaming, they're going to be hoping for that with the Luna, then to take care of the late game if it obviously gets to that point.
Yep, I think it's going to be a very fast-paced game, though. Even with that Morphling, obviously, Lina, Bat, Vengeance, Slaughter all still want to play quickly, and Morphling can, right? Especially with that Morph ability, you change into someone like a Luna, you have the Sand King stun for your own lockdown if you want to take it. I think exactly what the panel said, whoever wins the lanes wins the games, it feels like.
How about this, by the way? So Dendi's playing the Bat Rider.
It is going to be them.
We have Lil on Lina. So that means General was playing the Slaughter.
Yeah.
And
and HFN's
going to run right into a trap. He has absolutely no clue. How about that patience? I mean, they're literally just sitting there. I don't know if that's scouting or what. They've seen payment with the movement from other games, but they knew somebody was coming, and they were right.
Yep, that's still crazy. Yeah, a little on that Lina. It's gonna mean that's not gonna be obviously the Lina versus TA matchup where they're talking about where TA just absolutely dumpsters Lina. You get rid of that completely, and you still do want to get that Bat Rider obviously up against that Abyss. So I think we're gonna see a lot of lane swapping.
Yeah, we were talking about that, the potential of musical lanes coming out, and we already see a little bit of movement as a result. In fact, General's in the middle lane on Slaughter. Dendi nearby, it's almost like they're waiting to see how the lane's actually set up, because, I mean, right now he's literally just in the middle.
Moo was talking about, they just don't like picking that hero anymore.
So why is Bat Rider so good in the TA matchup, would you say?
I mean, you just stack it up and you fly over him, right? No turn rate. Like, his biggest thing is abusing, like, how he hits creeps and hits the heroes. He has no turn rate. It just takes away his biggest lane mechanic.
Top lane, Magic Missile coming in as General rotates in. This is a great setup with the stuns. They kill Luna. They want the second kill on Dazzle. They've already got the really important one. Hero blocking is going to come into play. King already gets you late, but it's just too much damage. A 3-0 start just like that for Na'Vi. That was a beautiful execution of staggering stuns right there.
Yeah, it was exactly. And hitting both of them, that was a little bit of a mistake from Duster as well. Obviously, you don't want to be standing right next to your Luna against a Slardar as well as a Lina. But I think Na'Vi, they got all three lanes exactly how they want them, and Pain hasn't shifted yet.
Yeah, that's musical lanes. We call that for a reason, because after the first, shift, you expect then a response from the other team. But as you're pointing out, we don't really see that response. Dazzle is heading bottom lane now, as we suggest that with the Luna. So I guess it just took the couple of deaths for paiNGaming to realize, okay, yeah, we need to move here, because That's definitely the case.
And that's a good call because now Na'Vi, if they don't want to waste much time, they have to TP down, which means Pain TPs will be off cooldown, and they can now TP back top. And you see that's why you see the Dendy was just sitting middle with General. They didn't know. You never want to commit the first TP, and there goes Crystallize.
There he goes. He's gonna hide, so that'll make it the most obvious. But Pain,
They have to know.
they'll pick up on it. Crystallize all of a sudden at the top lane. It's a pretty obvious thing that just happened. I'm teleporting up here. Yeah, Lil though, again, a support Lina. Really, we've been seeing plenty of Lina, but it's always been in that mid role. What does the support Lina bring to the table, you think? Is it actually a good support?
Just stuns. Obviously, you have the Slaughter as well as Venge. You always have an opening stun with you. That's one of the hardest things in that middle Lina matchup even, is just hitting your Light Strike away. You have 2 easy setups for you now.
PA going back to the jungle for now. We clearly having a difficult time. 5-4 right now in the middle matchup with 8-6 Batrider top lane. Tavo on the Sand King. Oh, that's King RD, excuse me, on the Sand King. Used to seeing Tavo. King RD will be rushed down though by the waveform, and they want more out of this. HFN, obviously he's back up here as well, but probably regretting that decision immediately. LSA will miss, however, and that'll be the difference for him to get away. So he escapes this time, but yeah, you see Pain making the quick adjustment. But they even lose the Sand King with that adjustment.
Just too many stuns right now, and that's the problem. You heard Kyle talking about. Dazzle just doesn't feel like the greatest hero right now. Like, you don't really do anything in the laning phase except possibly throw out a heal, possibly a great, and we're going to see that.
Actually being hesitant right there. Eventually throws out the heal. King RD also the stun in the back lines. He takes an LSA though. King RD on the run. Crystallize, putting in some good damage. Got more auto attacks, but no, pops a salve. He'll be fine. This is a true clash of a try versus trial, and I'm sure that at least the magic sticks are about as well. Always like to keep an eye on that whenever you have so much going on. But Denny's like, I don't have an opponent in my lane. I'm just going to free farm, and we'll see what happens with that.
And you see TA has the most last hits, but a lot of those, like we saw him, he was killing the mud golems. You get you get 4 creep kills for those 4 mud golems, and that barely equals 1 creep. So don't let those last hits denies fool you.
That's a very good point, actually. He definitely is further behind. Once we eventually get it over to the net worth, we will see that, at least if it keeps up at this rate. And how scary is a I guess like an early Batrider success going to be? It actually, does it go drums first, you think, or will it be the early point?
I think it could. I mean, I think either way, you have plenty of stuns, right? I think just going for the drums and just running at people. That's what Na'Vi wants to do. You know, let Crystallize go farm. And these 4 heroes, right? They have so many stuns, so much locked, and you just roam around with those 4 while Crystallize farms in a different lane.
And you see what Dendy could also do. He can take away some of the jungle from TA. You know, he's been missing for a while. Of course, naturally you have to figure, okay, he's probably jungling. Picks up on that and even steals a couple of creeps.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go for the drum though. He went the double null.
Did he? Okay.
Which usually if you're gonna go for, you know, you're gonna get that early bracer on the Batrider instead of double null on him. So
middle lane. Will's coming in, lands the LSA. No lasso just yet, but plenty of burn. Only 2 stacks of that sticky napalm though, so
nice,
not the most.
Nice TP / faked out TP right there.
Although Dendy, he's gonna pull the creep wave. Of course, a haste rune helping him to do so. He's gonna have some fun in the meantime. He's laughing it off actually, hiding in that meld initially, but now looking to pick up some farm as the creep wave is pushed up into his tower, but Dendy just dragging it around. Yeah, how is that top lane going though? Morphling 19-4, Luna's 22-3, so it is a fairly back and forth up there, you know, not considering the hero kills that have taken place. Ooh, good burst damage there, but not nearly enough.
And because they know that Lil was roaming around middle lane, Pain obviously can play a little bit more aggressively. It's a 3-on-2. If you hit a stun by the Sand King, more than likely it's going to be a kill. So smart job by Na'Vi, just playing a little more patiently up here now.
The ping's coming out. I think I was going to say there's a Radiant. Oh no, there's no TP coming in. I thought they might add something, but King RD's setting up. They can make a play. Morphling currently in that full agility. Just about at least. A Crystallize. To be somewhat careful, gonna poke in a little bit, and if the Sand King stuns, no, it just feels like it could happen at any second, but
yeah, it's still such a hard kill though, right? Because you only have that 1 stun from the Sand King, then a mini stun from the Lucent Beam, but he's gonna get off his morph strength. You pretty much have to go on the supports.
That's a good point, actually. You see Crystallize right there. He actually will port to the bottom lane. And once again, try to have a successful time. I see Vengeful Spirit being caught at the top lane, but we also see over here Lil's being caught, and the TP's not in time. Vengeful does indeed go down at the top. King RD, the shallow grave at the last second. I'm pretty sure that actually did save him.
Yep, I believe so.
And a very, very close, if anything, so good save.
Nice job by Lil. He just steals the rune and still gets out. These bounty runes, they really do add up.
God, 34-17 on the Batrider. Talk about a dominating performance, and TA's in trouble. Here comes Slaughter. A little bit too late though. TA, he's ready for that.
Yep, and I like, you see the Sand King twice now. He doesn't actually commit the TP because they need their Luna to farm, but by faking out the TP twice, it saves Weeha's life.
Bottom lane, Abaddon, not level 6 yet, so of course no borrowed time, and the easy burst damage should take him out. Crystallized credit for the kill right there, so Tavo, we'll see where he ends up after this resurrection. Perhaps some more movement going to be coming out of paiNGaming. Does Pain do it again? Do they send Luna back to the bottom lane, you think, or is it a case where they need to farm?
I think Luna's doing a great job top now, so you're just happy. As long as Luna's getting farm, you're happy. You see, it was a 1K lead for Na'Vi, and it's less than 1,000 lead, and that's all just because HFN is hitting every single creep. And I think you're happy if that's happening.
Bring Vacula, you got the full wand, you have power treads. Yeah, Luna's feeling pretty good when it comes to the early farm right now. You do, no surprise, you see the net worth there, 3,000 plus for Dendi playing the Bat Rider.
This is very Na'Vi-esque in almost all their games, right? They always have more stuns than the opposing team, and they almost always have the most kills, but then it's all about what they do after that, like the 20-minute mark. If they can actually get objectives, and they don't have the best objective takers. They have really good team fight stuns, but you know, a support Lina is usually not the best at hitting towers.
It's the case of Roshan again. They could definitely do
very
when
quick.
you have
both teams can.
Slaughter. Both teams can. That's true.
I just realized, yeah, this is Na'Vi's first game where it's not like guaranteed they're the best Roche team, even with that corrosive haze. But oh, Tavo still.
He's having a tough time down there.
He is still no ulti yet.
His skill set definitely is going to be powerful this game, but he's going to be struggling. Meanwhile, Duster also struggling, just gets run down by General, and you can see that enhanced damage, and they just burst him down with ease, it feels like. Yeah, back, that corrosive haze, man, it's, especially this early on, it is deadly.
Yep, just like that 2K lead now for Na'Vi. And when you have a TA, you want to be kind of snowballing, and TA is 5th. That is not where you want your TA. TA is one of those people, they accelerate their farm so quickly, obviously, but even if you do stacks, you're going to end up giving them to the Lina. So this TA might just have a little more struggle of a game than we've seen in the past.
Double damage rune could help out, but Vengeful, oh, that's a little awkward. When we're hit, almost died as a result.
Again, just
very close.
Yep, quick TPs from Little as well as LeBron now to get out those free kills, it looks like, for Weehaw.
See Lina finding Tavo in the jungle. Tavo, does he go the hell with the Dominator, you feel? I mean, he's struggling especially as well, but still makes sense to you?
Yeah,
looks
like you need to. Something to split push waves, especially against this Morphling, right? You have Luna who's going to just sit in the lane and possibly sit in the jungle. You need somebody else to push out a lane, and, well, Weehaw, I mean, he's just going to get ganked whenever he shows up on the map.
HFN, Mask of Madness, almost finished it looks like, just use that quarterstaff, so goes back to Luna, is having a great time. Na'Vi, they're going to start moving though once again. Dendi wrapping around the middle lane. Weehaw's not ready for this initially, but the trap's slow. He gets hit by the magic missile. There's our first lasso of the game. Lil, the LSA on top also hits the support coming in of the Sand King, and they're going to take out Wee as a result. King RD, he doesn't even burrow strike in the end. It was just too damn late. He's going to use it to try to get away, but that sticky napalm, okay, he will survive. As he walks it off, the raindrop coming into play as well as mentioned, but TA goes down. That was the initial target anyways.
Yep, this is a great start for Na'Vi. We talked about the lane phase, what lanes like Pain wanted versus Na'Vi, but Na'Vi got every single lane they wanted, and it's just showing.
That blank also has to be coming really close for Dendi, and I was even going to mention, you know, are we going to wait? Trap is going to he puts on the flame break as King already stuns on him though. LeBron DOTA puts a magic missile on TA. Dendi will bottle up that regen, but he's still plenty of trouble. In fact, he's going to be dead. That was all because they were trying to contest that regen rune. That's 335 gold going the way of Wee.
Yeah, that was nice. Dendi was actually 100 gold away from his blink, and now he's about 350. So that's a rough one for sure. A nice kill there by paiNGaming.
Maybe not so worth it going for that regen rune. Look at the stacks meanwhile.
Now it's Morphling versus Luna. You see them both at the top, and those two, we're going to see a quick shift there. I think those two are just going to completely go above the rest in the upcoming minutes.
Oh yeah, that's the idea. Let's look at Crystallized right here, having some fun with Abaddon.
That's annoying.
That's the double shields explosion. That's something about that just silly. Similar to the Omni Knight idea, where this though, he could spam it much more frequently.
Yep. Exactly, and it obviously dispels anything you have on you or your teammates, right? I mean, you're the carry, but still, if someone gets stunned, you just throw that out. It'd be a nice skill to have stolen.
Although I'm looking at the Dire lineup, there's not as much to maybe, you know, purge off necessarily.
Yeah, Sand King stun really, but
yeah. But again, Na'Vi, that goes back to the Abaddon pick itself for Pain. It's a great hero this game, as the panel was stressing.
He just has to have a good lane, and he really hasn't.
There's our blink. Dendi gonna be delivered. Looks like they're hunting for a kill. Sand King, King RD could be that kill.
Oh, yeah, he's more than likely gonna. They're not committing quite yet. Ooh, they see a trap go down as well.
He doesn't
Weeha's a
have
way
the
better
blink
kill.
yet. It's being delivered here,
Yeah.
so yeah, that has to do with it too, I'm sure. Okay, there we go. So now he's gonna fall back. See, King Artie's already moving out, but they would love the TA.
Yep. It's looking pretty bad for Weeha right here.
There you go. We saw it coming all along. There's the support thing. Oh, the LSA missed. The Laguna Blade comes out with the LSA missing. That's going to be a missed kill. And we throws out the well played his team. That's he knows he got a little lucky right there. That's now it's only level 1 LSA, so
It's just a stun though. The problem was Dendi stopped pulling him back, and I don't know. Obviously, we don't know which one of them made the call, right? Like he assumed he was going to pull him back into the stun, but he just stuns where he thought he'd pull him back, and wow, that's a huge save right there. And you see there, Tabo just TB's in shield, refraction comes out. If he survives that initial burst of damage, Weeha's gonna be really tough to kill.
they got a lot of turn. Goes without saying there, as you mentioned, refraction, aphotic shield, great for that. Crystallized bottom lane, and no. Luna does continue to be on top. CTA, by the way, it is going to be a Desolator first pick
I
here.
think, yeah, right. You actually only go blink if you're gonna play super aggressive, and they're not going to. They're going to play this game a lot more passively and just try to avoid these stun ganks. And, well, see you, Duster.
Yeah, Duster, you lived a good life here. You're going to be dead for now, though. That LSA will land, and Lil gets credit for the kill, making up somewhat. Bottom lane, Sand King, he's running in. He has an epicenter if it comes to it, but this is just a support vengeful, so don't want to go all out, of course. And doesn't look like any TP support's coming in, so we will finish it off. Indeed, he'll take it, and he goes back to farming. Luna's running bottom with that Mask of Madness. Let's see if they, I guess, just going to clean up the creep wave that's pushing up, or more than that. Crystallize gets caught initially, but wait for him, he's fine.
Only a Sand King stun. That's going to be the biggest thing. How do they lock down these Morphling in team fights until you get something like, I'm not even sure.
Yeah, what do they get?
It's gonna be really hard.
I guess the Helm of the Dominator, maybe get a creep specifically for that.
Feels rough, but hey. This is a free tower. That's the problem. They saw HFN rotated bomb to try to take that tower. You just commit one support up here, and look at that free tower.
Now Luna taking over with that morph, and we were mentioning that with the glaive passive could be a strong one, especially later on in the game.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. Sorry, it's gonna be a Lincoln's first Luna, I believe.
Oh. Wow, you're not wrong. No,
sorry,
that was actually Morphling. Okay.
It was clicked on. My bad.
It was
clicked on Luna, but it was Morphling.
Because he was morphed into the Luna.
And I was like, that doesn't seem very good. I'll probably question it, but don't have to.
No. Yeah, he went the Mask of Madness, and I believe the Yasha was coming.
It wouldn't surprise me, though. HFN Ritsu, they talk very often in their NA pubs, and they do stupid stuff like that, so. But this is not a pub.
That's why you really have to do the double take there. No, that morph ability definitely can throw you off a bit sometimes. But yeah, he's going pretty traditional. There's a double damage room. Let's see if they get that. But yeah, the Yasha, BKB is always a discussion on Luna. Pretty much always going to get it. It's just a matter of when. Do you think it's one of these games where the sooner the better, or is it not like that necessary?
I think it's extremely necessary in this game. Just all the stuns lined up as well. I think you might have to get a first, maybe Yasha into it.
Yeah, I believe that Yasha was going to be coming out. Sawdar has a blink just around the corner, so another blink to take advantage of to follow up with the Batrider and the momentum. And yeah, this Batrider Dendi had a fantastic start, and we saw the early lasso kill, but it has slowed down, ever since that missed attempt that they had on TA, where then the Aphotic Shield came out and everything. It feels like almost Na'Vi really hasn't had the openings like they've had earlier.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't mind. Dendi wants to just kind of farm right now, because I mean, Batrider even with farm can be really good, but you want to find these pickoffs, and right now it feels like it's just Lil and General moving around there. You can see again, just Lil and General are the only two getting pickoffs, so Dendi, it not really doesn't know.
We currently, as they make their way to the bottom lane. On the minimap, though, I don't believe anyone's down there, so could just be a free tier 1 tower kill at this rate, especially with the Desolator. That tower's gonna melt pretty quickly.
But if they see Weeha show up down here, they might just go for Roche.
True,
I think by showing yourself bottom, you're either guaranteeing a middle tower or a Roche, it feels like. It looks like they might want to go for the tower first.
Well, they pinged it out, and they're in the, so they're trying to decide, but the longer they wait, they took a little bit of time. Now the tower's dead. Now, will they keep going tier 2 is the question. Doesn't look like it. They're TPing back. They know this is happening. Yeah, they took a little bit too long. Na'Vi, he's just gonna run in on Tavo. He has that borrowed time. He'll use it pretty quickly right here. Roshan still plenty alive. Weehaw starts his auto attacks. Nice blink from Dendi. Looking to respond to swap out. Front of the last second. Crystallize. He's walking away now, trying to survive. Nobody dead just yet. Somehow the waveform 2 takes over the Abaddon right there. Pops the Aphotic Shield on himself, and they kill Abaddon in return. And that's a pause mid-fight. Oh, that is really awkward. Oh,
that's
boy.
Oh, no. That's not cool at all, especially in a team fight like that.
Yeah. Middle of the fight, the disconnect's coming out. And that, because it's one of those cases, you know,
you don't know how long they were DC'd for and all that, but I just want to say LeBron. LeBron just saved him that fight no matter what, either way, because it looked like all five were hitting on the ABBA shifted Morphling, and LeBron, I think it was like 5 HP. I'm sure I could go back and look it, but man, just instantly swaps him out, and then he swaps back to Morphling, so he has that giant chunk of HP again. Yeah. What a save by LeBron.
That was insane. And then he, you know, taking over that Abaddon and Aphotic shielding himself later on as well. Yeah, he was going in and out after that initial save, making some big plays. Looks like they're back now. No, this is actually, never mind. This is a highlight right here. This really is. This the miss? No, that was when they hit. This is when they kill Weeb.
Yeah.
That first time, so.
Yeah, it just feels like now they're gonna probably get a pretty easy Roshan here. You see some death. Oh, Morphling is dead now. Okay, we missed a pretty big chunk of the fight there, but.
Well, so the double buyback, yeah, Lina and Sauter actually popped back right there as well. So unfortunately, not exactly sure how that took place, but they do kill Roshan. Dendi will pick up the Aegis. Not the greatest Aegis carrier. Lil, he's dying quickly as Weon runs in. In fact, he will die after the fact. Just too much damage coming out. I mean, they get the Aegis on Batrider, but they lost 3 heroes, including a dieback on your Super Lina. I feel like paiNGaming comes out on top there.
No, I do. And HFN just, LeBron DOTA is sitting there giving him the aura with 100 HP, and he just gets beamed and dies. So HFN is 2,000 gold up now on the Morphling.
King RD, oof. Saved in time, Tavo's there.
If you're Na'Vi, you're super nervous now.
Oh,
you got the Roche, but remember what I said? Such a good farmer, man. He really is.
He knows what he's doing, and you know, I gotta say, watching the South America region at these international events, especially, again, going into this, we were really stressing that they haven't had the most success overall, but something about this paiNGaming team, especially with the pickup of Weehaw, no doubt that definitely helps, I think you could argue, but they've looked, even in their losing effort when the event opened, of course, they played Virtus Pro. They took a game off of them, and yes, you can argue Virtus Pro wasn't necessarily taken it the most seriously, but
still, VP
played well.
Yeah, VP will trash other teams, even with trolley drafts.
Okay, well, okay, that's the Morphling died.
So is HFN just going in right now.
Yeah, I believe we had initiation, though, on the TA there, so if we could get back to that as soon as possible. She died. Okay, well, we got our answer. King RD, he's trying to live. Crystallize, waveform forward, and a couple of auto attacks. We'll finish the job there, so. Okay, well, I guess we got an idea of how Morphling died. But yeah, we did see TA getting initiated on right as it cut to the replay there, so you can kind of figure what took place.
Yep, and
Batrider.
You do see Batrider did go with that double null, did end up going for the Veiled Discord. I mean, they have a ton of magic damage as well as physical, and you're the panel always talking about you want that good mixture. And I think Veil's fine. A 4-staff might be better first on that Batrider, but ends up going for the Veil, and especially for those Roche fights, you want that enhanced damage.
Yeah, we also saw, going back to that replay once again with the Morphling kill, King RD on that Sand King hit a hell of a stun to actually set up all that.
It's so nice. I mean, obviously you have multiple teams who can do like multiple Sand Kings, but I think this team's one of the best, right? Tavo, a world-class Sand King, King RD. It's good at every hero.
He's been around a while. Back lines. We're gonna go for the turn actually on it. Well, Sand King will take a bunch of the damage. TA though with a refraction up. They've lost the Sand King, but they still got plenty of firepower. They've already killed Lina themselves. Dendi just keeping his distance.
It's gonna be hard to kind of stop this death ball with the Luna, but you see bottom lane Crystallize just split pushing. That's what he needs to do. It's gonna be like 5-on-4 for a lot of these fights while Crystallize just decides to farm, and that is the right play. Morphling cannot fight, especially against a Luna right now.
How about this choice of Dendi, by the way? Again, this is a mid Batrider technically, by a mid player. The Veil after the blink, really not your usual pickup.
Yeah, just they need the mixture of magic as well as physical damage, and they have enough of both. And I mean, the only other item would be 4-staff, which he's going now, but they wanted that Veil for the Roche fight when everyone was just stuck together.
So maybe just a little bit behind as far as when they wanted it even.
But look at that net worth. That's the biggest thing. 3,000 up now on the Luna, but Morphling, obviously, just as long as he can continue to split push and Pain doesn't take too many of their towers. They still have only taken the tier 1s on Pain's side, and I think they need to be a little more quick-paced.
Shotgun build, just about there for Morphling with that Ethereal Blade. Of course, needs the most expensive component of it. But yeah, Luna is looking fantastically farmed on the side of paiNGaming, but for his team.
They can't play this slow. Like, they're just sitting for her. I assume they want to do something like a smoke gank, but they need to make something happen.
You know, something that we've been discussing a bit as well, there's a couple of heroes that come to mind that Spirit Vessel is just so good against. And again, Morphling continues to be that one hero. I'll give them that in a second, because...
Yeah, they're just running, and they had a ward on him. They saw this whole thing.
This, yeah, Na'Vi knows. And they're setting up TA. Ooh, they saw for a split second there. General, you could just tell General's like, do I go, do I go? Now Tavo's running at them, and here we go soon. Dandy looking for his lasso target. Trap, slow in the backlines. They go into Tavo initially. Pops Frost time very aggressively right here, and they're going to pick off Vengeful straight off the bat. There's a lasso, but it's canceled immediately by Dandy. He has to just get the hell out of it. The Eclipse bouncing around on top of that. General's falling. Pain. HFN actually, he takes a Laguna Blade with the Telegrave even coming up pretty early, just in case to make sure to keep him alive. Crystallize, he's plenty taken as well. Dandy caught in the midst of it though. He's caught by the Burrow Strike. Not enough follow-up damage. Wheel finally gets the kill with the auto attack. Gets swapped in, however, pops that meld. They don't have the vision for him. It looks like they're just going to throw out some AoE and hope for the best. HFN in the back lines is still fairly low. Duster's also fairly low. Tries to throw a heal. There's a flame break, and now they find the TA. TA wants to go with the meld. The refraction is back up. Still surviving Duster as well, but down goes TA, down goes the Dazzle, and ultimately it works out pretty damn well for Na'Vi. paiNGaming just started to get really scattered in the middle of that fight.
They did. It looked like you saw the TA want to go on the back lines and kill Dendy. Possibly, maybe he thought the Aegis had already run out, but the Aegis was popped on Dendy, so they got the kill on him, but he just came back to life, and pretty good fight. Yeah, HFN, he just ran straight in. You have to be careful, especially poor Duster. Duster's like, I want to grave you, but he's like stuck in the bag versus all these stuns. He does eventually get it off, but
Graves a short range.
Yep,
you gotta be careful.
A good fight for Na'Vi.
That, and again, considering how that started, the lasso was frankly horrible. It didn't really do anything on the TA in the back lines. And now I mentioned Abaddon, you know, he just ran at them and really popped borrowed time very aggressively. But that was all to just get the kill on a Vengeful initially. So kind of looking at it in hindsight, you know, maybe not the most efficient initiation choice from paiNGaming. In general, he's going to find what seems to be a free kill. Already there. Good job with the roaming supports of sort.
That's good. Lil General, you don't need the Batrider in that. He can just kind of push out middle, shove those waves, even though he does it slowly, because those two have done so well just finding kills by themselves.
Now, good news for paiNGaming. HFN, he lived in that last fight, and his net worth continues to look very, very good. 15 point. Morphling. I'm not exactly sure what she has just yet, but I gotta figure, we talked about that BKB. Yeah, so the BKB is coming, has the Manta style finished.
Was that a casual
I saw that too, and I kind of wonder if that's, what would that be for? A Scotty eventually, but...
Could be, or Lincoln's, as I say. He really does like the item. And they're gonna try to put, I like this, but the problem is Crystallize doing such a good job. He's just split pushing top by himself, so you have 4 heroes coming down. You're gonna get to tier 2, but Crystallize already took your tier 2.
But Luna's pretty good at CG.
And there's a BKB now as well.
And they catch Dendy. Dendy has no chance. Oh, maybe he does. His lasso's up back. He's going to take TA with him. The unfortunate thing now, TA, well, okay, TA's actually going to turn. Not going to go for the kill, so Dendy does survive. Was I to doubt him?
But that's a big item too. Blink on your position for Sand King. So now you don't just have to worry about Tavo going in.
Morphling, he morphed into the TA, by the way, so he has a refraction. Nice defensive tool there. He's running in pretty aggressively. Going to go for the quick kill onto the Abaddon, but borrowed time, pretty good ability. Keeps him alive, and he happens to hit him to heal him up, actually, at the end of that. So I think Pain is going to look to reset this, though, Tavo. No borrowed time, and he has a team. Once again, they missed their initial chance with a kill on Dendy.
I still think that's fine. Pain wanted to push into the base because they know Crystallize is top. If you're pushing a base 4v5, you're fine trading at that point because you know you're going to get the racks. They see that he TP'd back and they just reset. They don't even use BKB on Luna. So they didn't really lose anything there. I mean, this game, it's 19-11, but it's extremely even in just terms of towers. Pain probably should get that tier 1 eventually middle, but opens up the map, opens up next Roshan a lot easier for him. They have to kill that tier 1 tower before next Roshan.
Oh yeah, Crystallize. Oop, there's a lot of burst. No borrowed time though. It's actually still off cool or on cooldown, but anyways, he heals up. He's fine. So we talked about earlier, kind of, the idea of getting Spirit Vessels against Morphling's great. there's items against TA and a Luna, you could argue, things like a Heaven's Halberd comes to mind. Could be pretty powerful to potentially pick up.
There's the blink.
Once again, Dendy, the blink come to play for Sand King as mentioned, but the swap play as well as the Forest Staff. He's going to somehow be alive. Put the Ghost Scepter up as well, just in case. LeBron, they're not going to do everything to save him. And that goes on cooldown, of course. So they save the main target,
tier
though.
2 as well, yeah.
Probably tier 2.
Because HFN can push so quickly, and the aura as well, right? It makes everyone a right clicker. That's the best part about Luna. Everyone can be a right clicker with that aura.
General, he's being patient. He's invis, of course.
You just can't take it. You don't have your reset in LeBron Dota with the swap out.
True.
You just can't take a fight without him. And now Pain, 1K lead, and that was the showing of King RD's blink. He got it 2 minutes ago, but it was on the chicken when they had that bottom fight, so they didn't know he had it. So then when he flew it in right there, it's just either a free kill on Dendy or a free kill on LeBron, and he gets one. I like the movement on the map from Pain right now. Crystallize is forced to come to these fights. He can't just split push like you'd want to, like you would do with the old Morphling.
Look at the vision throughout the map as well on that mini-map. A lot of sentries really put down, actually, by paiNGaming. Yep. But yeah, they got some decent vision, especially on the bottom side, more in the Radiant jungle area.
It's going to be Lincoln's on the Luna, and I like that versus Batrider mostly. Obviously, have a lot. They do have stuff like Laguna, which can go through BKB and pop it, but still, you want Dendy going in first. And if he doesn't have something himself to pop it, he has the Force Staff, obviously, but you can't use Force Staff on a BKB target, so.
Yeah, I think Dendy here, we've already seen it a couple times, especially now with the Lincolns on Luna, you're probably going to be going for the TA as your prime target, try to pick off as soon as possible. Speaking of TA, this has not been a snowball game of sorts for TA.
She has BKB coming out on the chicken, though.
Okay, she does have
it on the chicken full, yeah.
But even so, her net worth isn't necessarily the greatest in the big scheme of things. Obviously, she's behind both cores on either side.
But you're just...
main ones.
You know HFN zoning. Like, you just look at the items on both the cores. Like, even in game, right, they don't get this network chart like us, but they know they're like, HFN, you're killing it right now.
They have Dota Plus, you can get an idea. Slaughter, General, he's going to be trapped.
Sprint just came. Sprint just went off, but quick cooldown. Just get out.
And there's a lot of support nearby.
Yep, and you see how these both teams are playing right here. It's all about that Roche. Obviously, it's a little bit easier for Pain because they have the trap, which is super nice. You can't, Sentry on the outside, try to counter, but they'll always know when Roche spawns, so they can have the quicker reaction time. And there you go, Sentry on the outside, kill the trap.
King already gets the initial catch. Dendy, we've seen this before, though.
They're a little far behind, too.
He's a tough target to kill. All that support. Lena picking up a gem. You see being pointed out right there. So Lena for now carrying it. We'll see if he hands that off or not.
Actually, that's funny. Now Na'Vi actually knows that Roshan is up and Dyer does not, because that Sentry Ward countered the trap. So more than likely, this is going to be the next big fight, or just right outside of it. And there you go. Both teams know what's up.
And now the game of who's going to actually get Roshan. As we've mentioned, both teams pretty good at doing it. And right now, Pain is in there. Doing it fast.
Gonna go for a steal, maybe?
Oh, the timing! No, the Aegis was picked up by Wii, and Vengeful just explodes.
I like that.
Close.
No, they did sticky napalm into, they swapped the TA out, and then, or they swapped someone out, LeBron just in there, but then just dies, yeah, so. Good play by Pain. You saw how quick that was, good God.
Well, at the same time, I guess, yeah, so it ends up being we picking up the Aegis. Yeah. You would probably want it on Luna, right?
Ben, obviously, yeah.
So
at least you got it. Now, this is what I was talking about. Look at how quickly they take Rakdos versus Crystallize. So he is taking it top.
Guys, your face. Na'Vi, you need to get back. You cannot split push against a Luna. With that Desolator as well, they get the stun onto Dendy. It's been difficult to kill him before, and it will continue that way, but the buildings are melting. Crystallize.
Yeah, he's trying.
Does he not have a TP or something?
I mean, that's what he has to do because LeBron was dead. He needs to get the racks now, and they can they're going for the throne. I love it.
I was going to say, they could just try to end the game right here, right now. General, big crush stun, but the shield's coming out. They at least might go 1 tier 4. Dendy puts the last one up, but he's going to be stunned immediately himself. He gets a little bit of distance, but dies shortly after. He has a buyback Crystallize, popping the BKB. The Eclipse is passing around. General, he's feeling the burn from that. General Mana falling. Crystallize gets the pick up in the backlines on the Dazzle. They take out the Aegis on Wii. So he's going to be coming up in just a couple of seconds. HFN has plenty of life still. However, Wii will fall after the Aegis resurrection. So he's dead for a minute. Buyback is ready if they feel the need for it. Tavo running away. No more borrowed time. TP. He actually escapes. Wow.
And you're fine, yeah. You're not forced to buy back here because I mean, they can't really get anything, right? There's a tier 2 still middle. There's no Roche since they've already taken, and I love that decision making. They even took a tier 4. Yeah, they took one of the tier 4's middle. HFN, he didn't care. Even during the fight, he's just like hitting the tower. He's like, yeah, Glaives will do the damage. I got it. Whatever.
Glaives are absolutely insane. I mean, again, Crystallize gets a melee rack, so it's, I guess, and you are right. I mean, without the Ventral, it was a case of,
hard, yeah.
It's easy for us to sit here and say, like, hey, just get back, but at the same time, he could have got back, died, and the game's actually over. So I understand from that perspective, but man, whew, Luna destroys building. And so what? This is Dota 101 right here, and its finest. General is gonna jump in, but
you're okay. Just lose this tier 2. If you're paiNGaming, lose it. Weeha's up in 5 seconds. You're gonna be fine. They might threaten the base here, but the BKB's already off cooldown for the Luna. It doesn't have ulti, but at this point, the ulti you saw, like, it didn't really do that much. It killed a Slardar, whatever. He's just there for the right clicks. The Vlads, they're all in on this next push, I think, on paiNGaming, which is probably how it should be.
I feel like you've said that before. You know, the idea of you see a Vlad's purchase, you feel like that they're just trying to end right here.
Unless you're Brewmaster, yeah, for the most part, Vlad's, you just go all get the auras, just go straight for it.
Luna, that butterfly.
Glyph is up though. Na'Vi surprisingly didn't use Glyph during that, which is good for right now.
They're using it for the ultimate final push, which is exactly right now. Seems to be that way. They're smoked up around HFN. I mean, good luck killing this target, it feels like, because he has plenty of support. He's getting these buffs from teammates plentiful. They get the initiation and LeBron on the quick swap, and he's going to be bursting down a court.
Jeez.
Buyback is ready. Dendy almost dies. Somehow 4 stats away, though, will manage to live. There's that fortification. Crystallize. He has to just simply walk back Swift over to Strength. He goes in for the waveform clear on the creep wave, but now he takes over TA, doing some decent damage to Abaddon, but not nearly enough. He still has that borrow time. In fact, here comes the upset. A great BKB reaction, though. Weehaw sitting on top with the physical damage, but Crystallize is able to take it for the time being. Going to waveform for it. Weehaw, though, getting support from his Dazzle as well as the Abaddon. He also, the Luna Glaives are bouncing around. The Eclipse is used as well. Crystallize is going to get caught in the stun, and he will end up falling. Has the immediate buyback, but meanwhile, the Ancient's also dying. You see Luna looking to focus it, takes the Southern from General with that crush. HFN, right click of the Ancient. paiNGaming going to try to finish game 1, and they absolutely will. Game 1 going the way of Pain. They're leading now 1-0.
God, that was, I know you talk about usually, oh, these supports, they did great. They enabled the core. I'll be honest, this was an HFN game. Like, I thought the supports did very well. King RD, that first showing of the blink was great, but that was all HFN. And I mean, he played it like a pub inside of a pro game against one of these tier 1, tier 2 teams, and he made it work. I don't know, HFN.